Welcome to the Happy Nessa 1111 channel, where we are committed to happiness, connectedness, and being you authentically and unapologetically. I've got some kids in the background, my kids and some of their friends. I have a friend, we're in Florida, I have a friend in Georgia who we come visit about once a month. Anywho, I wanted to go back here to the creek, but I'm going to say that for maybe next time. I'll probably do some batch recording next time from the creek. And obviously, different angle. I don't have my stick, or I don't really feel like going to the car to get my camera stick. Anyways, you know what? Let's get to the point. This video is about my mental health journey. And welcome if you're new to the channel. This channel is all about mental health, physical health, spirituality. I post, you see my schedule. Actually, you won't see my schedule because this video I'm just kind of uploading without the intro. So I have Mental Health Motivation Monday, Let's Talk Tuesday, Weight Loss Management Wednesday, Life Log Thankful Thursday, Soulful Sunday. I missed this Wednesday for the first time in a while. And that was in order to take care of my mental health. I didn't really have the time or motivation to upload yesterday. But anyways, we're going to talk about my journey and answer Fasting Jay's question. So go check out Fasting Jay. Jay, just the letter J, no J-A-Y. And check him out. He's doing awesome videos as well. And he asked me, you know, I talk so much about mental health. I tie pretty much everything into mental health, you know, manifesting with mental health, how your physical health connects to mental health, spirituality and mental health, and everything is mental health to me, right? And I try to not stigmatize, or I'm trying to destigmatize the fact that people act like mental health is only for people who have a diagnosed, you know, mental health disorder. Or I'm trying to also change the perspective that, you know, our health and taking care of our health is only talking about losing weight or maintaining a healthy weight and eating healthy. No, taking care of your mind to me is number one, and then everything else falls in place, including what you eat and your size and your holistic health. So when it comes to my journey, let me focus my mind. When it comes to my journey, mental health, why I'm so committed to it. Well, it started with me being very sensitive to people's emotions. So I've always been very sensitive and aware and in tune with people's emotions and how they really feel, irregardless of whatever front they're putting on. I've been like that way as a kid. Made me very introverted because I didn't want to feel people's pain. Then I got older and studied mental health and psychology in college. I also studied health. So I got a minor in health, bachelor's in psychology, was very close to going to get my PhD. But I did it, and I'm happy I didn't. I actually do not want to be a clinical psychologist. I don't want to be a psychologist of any sort, psychiatrist, because while that's a great field and it's very impactful, it's just, I believe it would be hard for my personality. I've learned to create boundaries, but it's still hard for me to create boundaries between people and their life and their pain. And I have a lot of people with mental health challenges in my family, serious mental health challenges in my family, and I want to be there for them. And I feel that it would be difficult for me to be there for them in an intimate way, as well as be there for my clients if I was a psychologist or psychologist. So, as you can tell, my mental health journey has also been, where's Piper? Piper! Oh, right there. Okay. Got to keep my eye on the kids. So another part of this is, yes, what I just mentioned is having family and friends who have had serious challenges with mental health. And even to the point where, well, I'll give you a couple examples. Well, no, I won't actually give you those examples. I'll say that for another video where I can actually get into it without kids distracting me and more time to do it appropriately. So another thing that happened other than college and studying mental health is after I had my daughter in college, so I had my daughter at 20, pretty much 21. I turned 21 4 weeks later. So I was very happy. I've always been so happy to be a mom. I have 5 kids now, a stepdaughter and 4 more daughters. Very happy to be a mom, but it's very challenging, as everyone knows. And with that being said, I feel like I had negative thoughts before being a mom, but it felt like after being a mom, I think what happened is my generational, well, I don't want to call it anything. Something was activated in me that was very negative. So I felt like because I was raised primarily by my single parent mom. Yes, I had other families who helped out. Yes, my dad was in and out of my life. But for the most part, it was my mom. And seeing a single parent mom struggle to the extent, you know, that she did, even though she's awesome and so resilient. And I just can't imagine. I just can't believe that she raised me and my 2 brothers for the most part by herself. But seeing her struggle taught me a lot of unhealthy things about what a family is and what it means to be a mom. And so what I've got to do is unlearn those things. And that, after being a mom, is what made to me my mental health be very challenged, because after being a mom, I felt kind of victimized. I felt like, I'm in college and now that I'm a mom, nothing changed. Why isn't there more accommodations and flexibility for parents who want to go to school? Why do women typically have more responsibility within the family? I was studying this stuff too, so it was kind of hard to live in and study. I was studying sociology of the family. And they talked about how even if a man and a woman is working 40 hours a week, or they have equal level of responsibility outside the home, it's the woman, the mother, who 9 times out of 10, not always, who comes home and still does the kid stuff and still does the home chores and all of that. So that's what started my mental health challenges. I won't say it's ever been a serious diagnosed issue with me. It's just been like, I will say, noticing how negative I can get with my thoughts, sometimes getting borderline anxiety, not just with motherhood, with me just trying to be so controlling with things in life and trying to have things so perfect, because I can be a perfectionist, but life has taught me that. Nice try. Taylor, you're okay, baby. London, help Tay. Help Taylor. London, help her up. Look at him. You're okay. She okay. Help her up, London. So yeah, so it's not just other people. It has been me, although again, I've never been diagnosed with anything. The closest I probably came to depression is, and maybe not anxiety. All right, everybody. So yeah, so I was like close to depression, or maybe what might have been clinically depressed, but I didn't go see a counselor or therapist when I had a lot going on. I had major career changes, basically was pushed out of a job. All of us was, and it was a dream job for me. So I loved that job. It was actually a job where I helped a lot of students with their mental health. That wasn't my role. It was a part of my role. It was a percentage of my role. My role was to help students graduate and do well academically. And with that being said, if your mental health is not right, then how can you, focus on your schoolwork? And it was a master's in business. It was the same master's in management. It was the same degree that I actually graduated from. So I got my bachelor's in psychology, MA and MS in management at a top-notch business school. And it's an accelerated program. So you get your master's in 10 months, and you can imagine that also challenged my mental health. So after graduating with my master's, I went into the program and I helped with academics, help students with their mental health, realized that a lot of students were struggling on deep ways with their mental health, especially in college. And can y'all be quiet? I'm doing a video, please, or else you got to go in the house. Be quiet, kids. And then I learned so much more. So yeah, I had studied psychology in school, but what I learned more was the practical application of how to help people be mentally well. And that's because I partnered with Miss Shelley Carty, Dr. Shelley Carty. I talk about her all the time, one of my good friends. And she was in the Learning Assistance Center on campus and counseled students one-to-one in ways that I did in similar ways, but obviously in a different way, because she is a PhD doctor. So with that being said, I had direct experience with all types of mental health, high level, surface level, all the way till deep stuff where people went through trauma. Like, I'm talking about trauma. I'm talking about this one student talked about how she was Native American and how on her reservation, she had saw her cousin and like a lot of family members. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. It was just so traumatic. It dealt with murder, blood. So I would have students tell me stories like that, things that they saw that were traumatic, and I would help them through that process or help them still be able to deal with that past trauma, but also focus on their academics. I had suicidal students, one student in particular who only trusted me, and that was a lot of weight on my shoulder. She had got her undergraduate degree from that school and also got her graduate degree from that school, and she didn't trust main campus. She didn't trust the method that they have. And so in the master's program, she and I, vibed, and she said she only trusted me. And that was so much weight on my shoulders. Like, it felt at the time like that person's life was in my hand. But in order to take care of my mental health, I've had to realize no matter what role I am, no matter what role I have with someone, whether it is a one-to-one coaching relationship or a family member or a friend, that it's not my responsibility to technically save anyone. I'm no one's savior. And that's what a lot of us have to realize in order to take care of ourselves. You are meant to make sure that you are mentally well first before you can take care of anyone else. And that means you have to have some type of boundary, especially a responsibility boundary, between thinking that you are here to save anyone else, right? So I've got to wrap it up. I know it's been about 10 minutes. Thank you for excusing the background noise. And stay tuned for lots of more about mental health. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, and share this video. There's so much more that I could talk about when it comes to mental health as far as my experience, but again, I need to save that for a more structured, organized video. And I want to shout out Mr. Will. I don't remember what his last name is, but I watched Titan Games. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He's like my celebrity husband. We have the same last name. I'm Vanessa Johnson. He's Dwayne Johnson. Um, I love him. I love his story. I love his motivation. And I bring him up because he has a show called The Titans, and they have this guy on there who no one thought would make it to like was he a finalist? He was a finalist, but he didn't win the ultimate game, but he made it so far, and he made it so far because of his mind. He didn't have any athletic background except for that he did farming or something physical growing up, but he wasn't really like, a typical athlete, and he didn't look like an athlete. I think he was shorter. He was definitely, firm, but wasn't super muscular. I hope he doesn't take that offense. I mean, he looked like he was in shape, but not the type of shape that would allow him to achieve the remarkable numbers that he did on that show. So anyways, I shout him out because he is an example of you can do anything with your mind. People looked at him and like, bro, like, you're not about to win this. Like, look at you. You're not about to win this. Look at your background. Like, there's nothing in you that says you're like athlete level stardom. And he did it. He beat other athletes. He beat other people at the physical challenges because he was one of the most positive people. He was very serious about his mental health. He knew that anything is possible if I believe it up in here. That's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for being flexible with the kids in the background. And comment down below. This is Life Vlog Thankful Thursday. I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you, Fast and Jay, for recommending that I do this. And I will see you next time. Bye.